Hi, I'm Dr. Gigi Meineke for Faces, and today we're going to cover something called the blunt end cannula, otherwise known as the micro cannula or just cannula. This is something that we use with dermal fillers, and people don't have a real appreciation for what this is until they're actually in training and see what it's about. So I wanted to do just a small overview of this when we're not actually treating a patient, so you can kind of see how it works and how it differs from the regular conventional needle that we use for dermal fillers as well. So let's get to it. Here you have a typical blunt end cannula. They come individually packaged, usually in boxes of 20 or 100. This cannula is made by Dermasculpt, but there are a number of cannula manufacturers and distributors. There are, of course, sterile, and most now include a liter or pilot needle that's 1 gauge larger than the actual cannula. What I have here is a needle that came with either a Restylane or a Juvederm filler product. These needles are usually a 29 or 30 gauge. What I'd like to do here is illustrate a fundamental difference between a needle and a cannula. I think a powerful way to illustrate that difference is by showing you what happens when I touch a balloon with the tip of the needle. Now let's do the same experiment with the cannula. When you examine the cannula, another thing you'll notice right away is it's very flexible. And when we touch the balloon, it doesn't burst. Even with repeated jabs, and even with sustained pressure, it still doesn't pop. You need to understand where product extrusion occurs on a cannula. So I've added red dye to this filler in hopes that you can see that the product extrudes not at the tip as in a conventional needle, but rather on the side of the cannula a few millimeters back from its tip.